Hi guys, welcome back to Cooking with Cousin Mel. Today I am making my turkey dinner for Thanksgiving, and um, my buddy Les wants me to show how to make the turkey because he's doing potluck and he has to make his turkey. So here's what I have here. I have a butterball, stuffed butterball. So that goes right from your freezer, right to the oven. Now, if you can't get a stuffed butterball and you're going to use a regular turkey with no stuffing, just a frozen turkey, you have to let it thaw out. So take it out of your freezer, put it in your fridge, probably 3 days prior to when you're going to cook it to give it time to thaw out. The cooking will be about the same. Um, but like I said, if you don't get a stuffed one, you have to let the turkey thaw out. Um, like I said, I like this because I call it the lazy way because now I don't even make stuffing anymore. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it, and just give me one sec. So I'm going to get about 3 tablespoons of flour to put in the bottom of my um, roasting pan. So I'm going to get about 3 tablespoons. I'll be right back. So all I needed was about 2, and what I did is I just floured the bottom of my roasting pan. Now I cut up an onion. As you can see, it's all cut up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to lay this all on the bottom of my roasting pan on top of the flour. I thought I was going to need 2 onions, but 1 is enough. So that works. And some salt and pepper, about a quarter of a teaspoon. Oh, right. Salt. Okay. And I used to go to quarter of a teaspoon for the um, pepper. And I'm just going to use salt. I'm going to use about a quarter of a teaspoon again, just to put along the bottom. Okay. So I have a metal rack. I'm putting that in the bottom of my pan. So I'll put you down so you can see what I'm going to do here. Cut my turkey. Now, if you know how to make stuffing and you can use your stuffing, go ahead. You would just get a regular turkey then. Or you can use stovetop, or um, you can buy the Butterball pre-stuffing, and it's usually in the freezer section. Even though that some of the dressing is coming off, it's still going in my pot because when I use to make my gravy, I'll have all those flavors. So you get this here. This has the neck and everything in it. I don't use it, so I'm not going to leave it on. Oh. So just comes right off. So then we just take our turkey, put it in the My stuffing kind of fell on the floor. I'm just going to wash my hands. I have my oven preheated to 350. And this bird is going to be on probably for about 5 hours, maybe 6. But just you test the inside of it to make sure it is ready when it's ready. So now I'm going to take some pepper. I'm going to put some pepper on the bird. And I'm going to put a little bit of salt. So I used same thing, about 1/4 of a cup of salt. So now your bird's all ready for the oven. And like I said, it's going to take about 5.5 hours. So I'm going to put this in. I'm going to leave it in for about a half hour. I'm going to take it out because I want my flour to kind of brown a little bit before I add water on it. So we'll be back in just a bit. So now I am going to take it out of the oven and show you what it looks like. Okay, so took it out of the oven. Take it down here a little bit. I'll take the top off. Ooh. My flour has browned. So now I'm going to add water. And I'm probably going to add it's going to be a few cups. So I'm going to add a little bit more. So I'll probably I'm adding about 4 cups. You might want a little bit more. Like I said, I'm not worried about the dressing because when I make my gravy, so I don't know if you can see in. It's about 1/4 of a way up the pan. So I'm going to put it back in. I'm going to leave it for about an hour, and I'm going to take it out and I'll baste it. So I will come back in an hour and we'll baste it up. And like I said, if you get the one that's not stuffed and you have to thaw them out, the cooking time is going to be relatively the same because you're going to add the water. Everything else is the same but the stuffing. And I mean, an unstuffed turkey takes less time to cook than a stuffed one, but the internal temperature still has to be the same. So we'll put that back in, and I'll be back in about an hour, and we'll baste the turkey. Welcome back, my lovely peeps. So I'm going to take the turkey out of the oven so we can baste it, and I'll be right back. So I have it out, and I'll just turn you here so you can see. Ooh. Looking nice. So I'm going to take my turkey baster, and we're just going to baste the turkey in all its juices. And you want to try and get everywhere you can, baste it. When I put this back in now, I'm going to cut up my turnip and my carrots and get my potatoes peeled. Get all that done. You want to baste it well. And make sure you get every part of it nice and moist. So there, we got that basted. A little bit of skin that pulled apart there, so I'm gonna stick some of my juices in the skin part. I don't think nothing better than the smell of turkey cooking. All right, so we got that nice and basted. Put the top back on. And we'll put it in probably for about another hour, hour and a half, probably an hour. We'll take it out, we'll baste it again. I won't bother coming back on and showing you that part. I usually baste every hour, so I'll probably baste for another, probably 3 or 4 times, and it'll be ready. And I'll even show you how to make gravy. If somebody out there doesn't know how to make gravy, I'll show you how to make gravy. But I'm going to get my carrots and my potatoes and my turnip and that cut, and I'll be back. I might even come on and talk to you while I do that. See you in a bit. So I'm just cutting up my carrots. So I thought I'd come on for a minute and chat. Yeah, my buddy Les is, it's our Thanksgiving. So this video is the 11th of October. So I told him I would do him up my video so that he could do it for his video for his Thanksgiving in the States. So I said, well, that worked out perfect. So he's got a potluck to go to, and I haven't seen him in quite a bit, so I don't know if there's something going on with him, or maybe he's just busy working. Coming that time of the year where it's starting to get busy. Everybody's getting ready for Halloween, and then it'll be Thanksgiving in the States, and then it'll be Christmas. So I turned around and I started cutting my turnip, and I didn't bother showing you guys that because I had bought my turnip from Walmart, and because my son loves turnip and both of us love carrots, so went to cut the turnip, and both my turnips were rotten, so I cannot use them. So I just cut the ends off my carrots, and now I'm just using my potato peeler just to get the skins off before I wash them, and then I'll cut them into little rounds and get them ready. But yeah, my son and I, we both love carrots. So, and then if there's anything left over, he's leaving me again tomorrow. He's going back to college, but he came home for Thanksgiving, and I love seeing him because now I probably won't see him now till Christmas time. So, and it's not that bad. He's only 5.5 hours away, so it's not bad drive. And I go and watch him play football. So I went yesterday to watch him play, and they lost, but can't win them all. They did a very good job. They played well. The refs weren't very fair in their calling, but that happens everywhere. I just find it now it's getting worse as they get older, I guess, that the refs are not doing well. And to me, if you can't ref in hockey or football or actually any sport, if you can't ref a full game or a fair game, you shouldn't be reffing. You know, it's very discouraging for the kids, especially when you have one team that does one thing and nothing is done, and then you have a team that goes and does the same thing and they're penalized. So I always said, if you can't ref a full game or a fair game, then don't ref it. Let somebody else do it. That's my thing. And I know a lot of people will say, well, but if your kid is the one that's on the other end of it, then you understand what I'm saying. So I'm just going to wash my carrots and I will be right back. Just put you down here and I'll just give you a show on what I mean about rounding my carrots. I usually try to do 2 at a time, but I'm in no rush today. And when I fill them up with water, I will put a little bit of salt in them, probably about half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of salt in. Because I don't use salt, but I cook with it. So I'm going to try, I think, and get to the store and get some turnip. Because like I said, my son can take stuff back from the turkey for sandwiches, and he can have carrots and turnips. So tomorrow, when he gets back there, he can just heat it up in his microwave and he can get to have supper. So I usually get a 5-pound bag of carrots and I use the whole thing. And then we make sure the dog gets his little bit of Thanksgiving. He gets a little bit of mashed potatoes and he gets gravy and he gets some carrots, and I go through the meat very well, so to make sure that there's no bones or anything in it. I squish all his meat. And he's getting older too, so he's 13 now, so he's starting to show his age. He doesn't like being alone anymore, or he always wants to be around somebody. And it's funny, he's in on his bed. Usually he's here beside me waiting for some food to drop, but I was going to put on a smelly candle, but I said, no, I like the smell of the turkey going through the house. And then if you go outside, as soon as you come up the steps, you can start to smell the turkey, and it smells really good. So there's the carrots I got so far. I think that'll be enough. I think that'll be enough for us. So. And you'll have some to take. Don't want to be too greedy. But I take more carrots because it gets turnip, so you could eat that right out of the pot. Ick. I don't know what it is. My mom used to make it, and I just can't eat it. I don't know what it is, and they say it has no taste or any. I don't know. I don't know if it's the texture. I don't know. I just never ever liked it. So I'm just going to finish cutting these up, and I'll be back in just a little bit when we turn around, and I'll take it out one more time and baste it with you guys, and then I think we'll be good till coming on time to make the gravy. And I'm going to make that from scratch. So, and all you need for that is we're going to take. I find it a lot easier than doing it in the pan. I'll put it into a saucepan, and I'll put all the drippings in there. and I make a paste with the flour and water, and I use 2 oxy cubes, beef oxy cubes. That's what I use to make mine. And I get the drippings into a boil, and once that's done, I add my 2 oxy cubes. Then I'll add my flour and water to kind of thicken it up a little bit, and then I'll strain it so there's no lumps. So, but we'll get that done as soon as I get back. See you in a bit, guys. So I'm just cutting up some turnip. I'll put you down so you can see. This is all nice and good. So I'm going to cook it up. Like when I do my turnip, I always put it on first before my carrots. So I let it boil. And when it comes to a boil, I turn on my carrots because turnip takes longer to do. And I do cut it up kind of small because it takes so long to cook. So like I said, I'll put this on first and wait for it to boil. Then I'll turn around and put my carrots on, wait for them to boil, and then you turn your potatoes on. And all three would be done at the same time. So then you can turn around and mash up your turnip, however you like to do it. I mash mine with some sugar and oh, God doesn't like turnip. Another one went. I just mashed mine up with some sugar, and now my carrots I put butter and then I put pepper in them, and then my potatoes I use butter, milk or cream, whatever you have on hand. So I just thought I'd come on and show you how I cut my turnip, and in case anybody wasn't sure. Everybody does turnip differently. Some will do it in big chunks, and that's fine as well. I just find it takes so long to cook, so I'll cut it up small and be done a little quicker. I think that's enough turnip. All right, guys, I'm going to take my turkey out in a few minutes, and we'll see how it's doing. So I just took the turkey out again, and we'll take a look at it. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. Starting to fall apart on me, actually. But what I'll do is I'm going to baste it. I'm going to turn my temperature down because we're not eating yet. I'm going to check the temperature of it actually to make sure it's where it should be. So anything about, I find the butterball turkeys, they fall apart very, very easily. And I don't think this one had a thread on it actually, but I will probably pretty soon. So we'll check the temperature of it. I would say she's pretty much cooked, but just to be on the safe side. Yeah, it's good there. Good there. I would say she's pretty well cooked. Okay, so I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, so I got it out of the oven. I'll show you what it looks like. It kind of fell apart on me. But I'm going to try and get it on this pan here. I wish I had hooks. I used to have something, but I don't know what happened to them. they were like hooks so I could take it out, but it's gone. So I'll get it. All right, so let's try and get this out of my pan here. It's just gonna fall apart on me, guys. Yeah. Wish I could get the. Oh, she's breaking apart, but I mean, I love butter balls because they stay moist, but here it just fell apart on me. So it's not going to be the best looking bird, but not going to be the best looking, but she's all done. Smells delicious. Ooh, that's a piece that fell off, so I'm going to try it on my counter. I'm going to put this back in the oven, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to take my droppings. I got a thing there, and I'm going to put them all in here, every bit of it. Now I'm probably going to add a little bit more water to it, probably about a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, just because I have so much, there's turkey and dressing and everything, that when I take all that out, it's going to drop it down a little bit. So I'm going to add about another half a cup, and I'm going to put that on the stove to boil, and I'll show you the Oxy cubes. They're not Oxy cubes anymore. You can get, it's the powder, it's the bouillon, but each one is a cube, and I use 2. So, and they're beef, and that's what I use because I like a darker gravy. So I'm gonna get this boiling, put these in, and I'll come back and show you how to make the paste, the water and flour. So we'll be right back. Well, I used about 7 tablespoons of flour. Now I'm just gonna add water. And then I'll put you down so you can just see. And you're just gonna, you almost want it like pancake. See, that's a little too thick. If you were making pancakes, it would be perfect, but it's just a little too thick. So I added about another tablespoon more of water. And then we're gonna whisk it so it's nice, and so that's perfect. That's, see how, so if you're doing it, just start off with a little bit of water until you get not as thick as pancake mix. So that's perfect for pouring, see? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get the drippings into a boil, add my Oxy cubes, and then I'm going to add my flour. So sometimes you use it all, sometimes you don't. So I might end up having to make more, but I like where everything's getting so expensive, I try to do it a little at a time so that I'm not wasting. So I'm hoping that the 7 heaping tablespoons is going to be enough. So I will be right back. I got the stuff boiling here. The I'll run this one here, I guess. It's hard to see. I got it boiling. So I'm going to take my 2 things for the Oxy cubes. Oh. And a minute. Okay, there it's done. I'm going to put those in. I want to make sure you get everything out of them. So you're going to stir them around. So I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. I don't want it too much. So it's boiling. So then I'm going to take my gravy or my flour and water, and I'm going to put quite a bit in, and I'm just going to stir it around, and it'll thicken up as it sits. And I'll show you what it looks like. And I'm just going to use a little bit more, and that will be it. So I used about 6.5 tablespoons. That's what I used. And that's going to be perfect because it'll be about the same consistency as the flour mixture. That's what you want it like. So I'll take you over and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm going to turn it down because we don't want it boiling. I'm hoping you can see it. Wait, I'll shut this off. There's what it looks like. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, I'll show you. I'm going to put my just taking out any big chunks. The what you call it that was in it, the bread that more or less deteriorated. Actually, it's pretty good. So, and that's how I make my gravy, guys. Sorry that the turkey came out too moist and broke apart on me, but gives you the gist how to make it. I hope it works well for Les. I hope his bird stays. But that's it for me, and happy Thanksgiving to my American and my Canadian friends. Bye, guys.